I started with just doing really general practice type of landlord-tenant type of work of counseling for firms and really trying to figure out where I fell in the world of law. At the same time, I was doing marketing. I really love marketing, which is what really attracted me to New Law Business Model. When I came upon New Law Business Model, I had just recovered probably from about a 9-month recovery. Backtracking, I had a great, I found out I was pregnant. I had a great pregnancy. I was really excited. I was totally focused on like decorating the nursery, buying clothes. And even though I was a lawyer and knew better, like about, planning and structure and those types of things, I didn't have anything in place. And part of what I'm telling you now is going to come up later as we talk. But I went in to see my doctor and I was told I needed to have the baby immediately. And I panicked and freaked out and went home and told my husband. We went into the hospital and I was there for about a week. And then I had to have an emergency C-section. And following that, I had to stay in the hospital for another week and the doctors couldn't find out what was wrong with me. Finally, they let me go home. I got really sick. And I almost passed away without planning in place, nothing at all. And I thought to myself, okay, here I am facing basically life or death. I don't even actually remember so much because the recovery was so long. But I was on the internet researching, trying to figure out, I want to change. Like, what can I do? And I couldn't even speak about this without breaking down in tears. And I came across the New Law Business Model in my research. And I thought, wow, like this is the universe speaking to me. I can totally practice law, get out of my W-2 career and stop doing this general practice, which is stressful, chaotic. So I gave it a shot and I loved the messaging. And I thought my story could make such a difference to the community overall where I live because me being an attorney, I knew better, right, with what I needed to do for planning. And I didn't have the planning in place. And this is when I said, I'll get to this. I focused on all the fun stuff and then life really hit me hard. And I remember my husband saying to me, you can't die. We're going to have this new baby. What am I going to do? And I was like, thanks for thinking of me, right? And so he actually helped me when I was talking about New Law Business Model. And he's like, I think that makes total sense. And so that's really where I got started. So Law Mom came to be, my husband is really creative. And I was like, come up with a name. And we were laughing and really, like I had mentioned before, using what had happened, the trauma from my birth experience and taking this new journey, right, to make a difference and use it as a healing tool for me personally. And I said to him, I don't want to be called like a regular law firm. That's not who I am. And he was like, you should be the Law Mom. And so we talked about it. And then we had those conversations like, how much do we want to share about our journey and our experience? And we decided if it meant that we could help other people avoid what we went through, that we would share the story. And then I could share that story as well. And so Law Mom just kind of came to fruition, and we always joke. He's like, I get some royalties on that. I'm like, sorry, you're a lawyer, not a lawyer, can't share with you. You're not most fun back and forth. But definitely I'll give you credit for the name. So that's how the name was born. And it's so true. There's something really cool about having a name that speaks to this time in my life, right? And I'll forever be a mom. In terms of growth, in 19, like towards the end, I like fell into the program. And then I would say the first year we were about 90,000. Then we hit, I believe it was 5. Then we went from 5 to 1 million. And then last year we ended at 2.4. And this year we're far exceeding, hopefully projected growth. I don't want to jinx myself if anyone believes in that, but we continue to be on the trajectory of up. So that was huge to see that number as a small law firm, right? You don't really hear that often. And we were also the reviews, right? Like the 5-star reviews. So there's more to that growth as well. So we're growing, but we're also having that positive client experience where that's like heart-centered focus on making sure the clients feel heard and have the place to go when they need help, being our law firm in terms of their planning and what their family needs. But our growth has been really great, and we continue to go up. We do a ton of events in person. I had formerly like an events marketing background, so it's something I enjoy to do. And in terms of how it's helped us grow, having that face-to-face connection, getting people out in the community and offering the free education is huge, especially where we are. And that has helped my firm grow instrumentally. In terms of percentage base, I would say 85% of our revenue comes from in-person events. And I always am around, like when I need another estate planning attorney, I'm like, do events. You have to do events in the community. And then a big part of our mission, I have an entrepreneurial mom. For me, was to give back to other small businesses. So if you start to do this in your communities, I recommend to reach out to local businesses like restaurants or even, like small mom and pop places and figure out what their slowest nights are or days and work out with them how you can support them. So everything that I do, I try to go in and say, how can I support you first, right? Because I want to give back to the community that's been so great to myself and my firm and my employees and team. So we do a ton of in-persons, and that has generated a lot of revenue. And then also referrals, right? And reviews, which are huge, right? We're all trying to get those reviews to get your organic marketing going. So the in-person events are really fun. And then you get to really see your client base. So we do that. And it's also fun. If I am away from my children, I want to have a good time and enjoy the space while giving back. So definitely recommend. And we do webinars as well online. Those are great for people that can't make it to our events. So we are running recorded and live webinars every other week.